Good evening, Demonfield Comics in More New Jersey here with a new live show that I'm going to be doing called Unscripted. Now, in Unscripted, it's very simple. The rules are simply no politics, no religion, no drama. As long as that happens, we're good to have you in here. We'll even offer to go ahead and pull you in if you want to go ahead and talk amongst all of us in here. It's just a matter of having fun, getting some information out there, and just shooting the breeze. There's really no topics that we're going over. So we're just going to kind of have fun, throw some things around, and see where it goes from there. But I'm going to give it a couple more minutes here while we go ahead and wait for people to go ahead and show up more in here. And as you do show up in here, if you will, please let me know that you can see and hear me on here. And then please share this out so that everyone can know what's going on. And this is on the YouTube channel for Comics in More New Jersey. So you just look up Comics in More New Jersey on YouTube, and you'll be able to go ahead and find us there. So, waiting to see. Everything's set up on there. All right. So again, if you can see and hear me on here, please let me know in the comments so that I know you can see and hear me. One of my guests in the back is driving me insane because I can see him in the backstage just having a blast already. All right, so again, main three rules are no politics, no religion, no drama. Anything like that happens, there can be technical difficulties at any given time. You never know what can happen online nowadays. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring out guest number one out here. We'll go ahead and call him the Clown King because that's the name he just got, and he's a little excited about that one. Eve, thank you very much for that name, by the way. Here he is.
Hey!
Jim Noble.
What's happening, everybody out there in Clownville? I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday Night Live YouTube channel video thing that we're doing. What's the official name? Jimmy Noble, King of the Clowns. Here I am. Saturday night, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain, and I believe that's 7 o'clock on the, oh no, it's 8 o'clock on the West Coast, the Pac Northwest, or just the West Coast.
Yeah.
Pacific. Yes, there we go. That whole ocean over there.
Yeah, carry the 2 divided by the square root of 5 pi. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh,
yeah. No, man, glad to have you here. We've been looking forward to this for quite some time and wanted to make it official. This is episode 1. Hopefully as many. It just depends.
Was the last time episode 0?
Yeah, it was like a prequel.
So this is episode 1. So
let's go ahead and bring out our next guest. Our next guest is the one who went ahead and gave him the name that he now dons very happily. Let's go ahead and bring out Eve.
I'm so disappointed in myself. Why do I give people bad ideas?
Hey, just by hanging out with us, it's a bad idea, but it's so much fun.
It is so fun. As somebody once put it, I'm addicted to making poor choices.
So, the other guest that we have, can I do the introduction for him?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm the creator and owner of Totally Rad Comics. I do a lot of comics about sexy clowns and recovering drug addicts who like to have a good time. However, there's also another character that is a part of Totally Rad Comics that I did not create, nor did I write the story for. Her name is Neon, and she is an 80s slasher babe that is just as sexy as Roxy Feelgood herself. So this is Totally Rad Comics number 1. On the right side, we have Neon, and on the left side, we have Roxy Feelgood, just to show you how important this character is. She's also featured on the Steph Wilson cover. And if you haven't gotten this cover, feel free to message me because I can gladly sell you a copy because I'm the guy who sells all the books as well. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine who I've talked to for over an entire year, and this is our first time meeting face-to-face on live video, exclusively here on this YouTube channel, Giovanni Barunda.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you guys for having me.
Well, you say that now. We'll see how you feel about it whenever everything's over.
Well, yeah, it's only my first time ever doing any type of interview, so it's a new thing.
Well, this is not one of my regular kind of interview things. I mean, we're just going to kind of, talk and shoot the breeze and have some fun and do whatever. We'll ask Eve to talk first, of course, because she's got a mouthful of taffy, so it's the best time to ask her a lot of questions right now.
No. I'm like got nougat all over.
No, we just wanted to have fun. The whole point of this entire show right here, it's going to be every Saturday at this time. We're going to get on here and just have some fun. And hey, Larry's in here. Larry, thank you for showing up, buddy. If you'll go ahead and share this out, please let other people know. And Larry, we got to get you on here on an unscripted. So basically unscripted, whatever you want to call it. So it won't be on the weekend, so you're not working. We can bring you on.
Nah,
so
Larry is Saturday available for the boys.
Is that Larry, the Larry that I owe that Totally Rad giveaway to?
Yes, it is.
I'm packing your package. Bear with me. It's been a busy week, and I haven't done anything.
He's packing the package.
Yeah, I heard it too. Yeah, no, it's too early.
What? It's close to bedtime. Come on, kids are in bed, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
please,
wait.
I'm the oldest one here. I should be in bed before any of y'all.
What time is it? Let me put my readers on. It's 11 o'clock.
Bunch of whippersnappers.
Kids these days.
You damn kids and your rock and roll and your hula hoops. I don't understand it and I don't like it.
Rock and roll and hula hoop.
Now, before everything gets completely out of hand and we forget who everybody is in here, pretty much, when I'm talking about me forgetting who everybody is and everything, let's go ahead and go around here. We know who the Clown King is. That's a given right there. Eve, do you want to go ahead and tell us who you are, where we can find you? Just that way we can kind of have that out in the open on that, and then we'll go to Giovanni afterwards.
Hey guys, I am an illustrator. You can find me on Facebook if you just look up this very unique name, because I guarantee you won't find a lot of people that have a lot of mutuals. And also look up that name on Instagram. Yeah, it's too unique. You can't find a dupe. Not as cool as me, anyways.
And are you taking commissions or anything like that now?
I'm always taking commissions. So, I mean, commissions are always open.
Excellent.
And I'm currently constructing a website, so that will be out soon, too.
Nice. All right, Giovanni, you're up, buddy. Who are you? What do you do?
Like Jim said, I'm a writer. I created Neon, the Next Victim. And, luckily, Jim has been awesome enough to help me out with this project. And so I'm a writer from LA. I'm also a filmmaker. So I did a couple of short films in college, and I have a degree in film. And, mainly I just right now I'm focusing on comic books and just doing the stuff that I love.
And that's the best way to do it. I mean, as long as you're doing something you love, I mean, why stop there? I mean, just keep going with it.
Exactly.
I mean, look at me. I mean, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, but I love doing the interviews and the reviews and all that stuff. So I'm great where I am right now.
And I completely agree. I love Ladies of the Night, and I'm always one to support. Oh, we're talking about okay.
It's not that kind of support group, Jim. Different kind of support group.
Right. Well then. So Giovanni, you live out in Los Angeles, California.
Yes,
so
sir.
You live in Hollywood land.
Yeah, actually, like 5 minutes away from Hollywood.
Wow, that's got to be cool.
If you're local, you get tired of all the tourists. So I get tired of having to drive through Hollywood, sit in traffic, and it's like tourists blocking everything. But besides that, it's okay. I've lived here my whole life, so.
I was born in California, so we moved here before I turned 1, but I've been there a few times to go ahead and go back just to visit where I was and all. And yeah, it's I wouldn't want to live there just for the traffic alone. Oh my God, that's just horrendous.
It's as bad as they say it is.
Come to Florida.
Oh yeah.
Come to Florida.
Oh no, Florida's got nothing on it. Trust me.
No. Go to Virginia and try riding in traffic between Northern Virginia and Washington D.C. It is the worst.
Chesapeake.
So this is. I would like to introduce you guys to our new traffic show where we complain about traffic from all the locations that we live in.
Oh man, the 405. Let me tell you about the 405.
Have you noticed that the weather is so beautiful as of late wherever you're living because of like the major decrease in pollution?
Oh yeah.
We're talking about weather now. Really, you going to change my mood that quickly?
We can't just go from traffic to weather. What are we, the news? What's next?
I have like a very random train of thought, man.
We went from like 80 degrees to we have a freeze warning tonight. It snowed yesterday. What the hell?
Dude, yeah, I live in Florida and it's like 40 something degrees outside.
Oh, I live in Texas. It's like 80 degrees outside.
What is so great about dumb old Texas?
And apparently we've got murder hornets and all kinds of fun stuff heading this way. So
yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah. I got nothing for that. Killer bees.
I need a bigger bug zapper for that thing.
See, California's not that bad. Right now, I'm kind of, California, we're kind of spoiled a little bit. So I'm, murder bees and all that stuff like that. I'm just kind of like, yeah, California's not that bad. I mean, I'll deal with traffic and some of the other stuff. But
I love like Florida men. I'm not scared of bees.
California's got the perfect weather. It only rains like, 4 days out of the year?
Yeah. And then as soon as it rains, everybody loses their minds. They can't drive for anything.
But here's the kicker. In California, you have earthquakes almost daily over there, and people are just used to it. They're just like, oh, that was just a 3-point whatever. And it's like, only a 3-point whatever? It was a freaking earthquake. They're like, no, that was not an earthquake.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I remember the Northridge earthquake. When that happened, I was a kid, and I was just, that thing, that was an earthquake. A couple of weeks ago, we had a little minor one, a 3-point something, and we were like, oh, wow, the house shook. Okay, back to normal. So it's just after that I kind of learned not to complain.
That's us with hurricanes over here. Like we don't stress over hurricanes, but we definitely know how to prep for COVID. For hurricanes, we like go out in the middle of the hurricane to get
open the beaches.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. No, Florida men terrify me. If I'm not scared of bees, I'm sort of like wary just to protect others of this whole thing. But Florida men, when you're pulling out of your therapy appointment and somebody's trying to hit on you through your passenger window.
Hey, I used to be a Florida man. Be careful what you say.
She knew she recognized you.
No, this dude was dressed in all neon on his bicycle, and I like to roll with the windows down, and I like to play my music out. And so this dude, he was like, hey, you want to be friends? Like, we can exchange numbers. You can get your friends. I get mine. We can hang out. And I'm like, no. No. He's like, oh, where you live? And I live over. Oh, you're from Tampa? I'm like, yup. And he was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. We should hang out sometime. And the light turned green. I said, nope.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about Florida is all those damn guys on bicycles. They just ride through the street like they own the street. And like
that terrifies me so much.
Years of playing Grand Theft Auto. If anything that Grand Theft Auto taught me is that you're just supposed to hit those guys. But in Florida, they're so privileged. Oh my goodness! I just like you see them and they're like such pompous assholes about it. You just want to go and just like a little bit to the right. But no, you can't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't condone that, and I've never done that.
Lies.
Use the turtle shell. Use the turtle shell.
No, remember when he mentioned banana split?
I know. I mean, just briefly, I've been through New York, and New York, they're horrible, and they'll take out mirrors just like that. They won't even care. They'll just be flying through, and all of a sudden, just whip through and just start nailing mirrors going down cars. It's like, holy crap, dude! Seriously? And just like you said, it's so easy to just kind of turn the wheel real quick, just go.
So I gotta know because I'm dying to know. Who's in the group chat, or not the group chat? Who's in the chat, right? Is there anybody in the chat
Larry.
That's like, I can't see the chat. I just see you guys.
Larry's in there. We've had 2 or 3 other people that have popped in, popped out. I can't tell who's still in here. I don't know if Russell's made it in yet. Usually if Russell's in here, he speaks pretty quickly. So
oh my
I'm
God.
waiting for that to happen.
If he gets in here, I have to do my dubstep. Anything I post now, he comments like an onomatopoeia of dubstep.
Yeah, Giovanni, you missed it last time. There's been some things that have been going on in chats where it's just been like ongoing jokes on there. I will warn you ahead of time. As soon as Russell gets in here, the first thing he's going to mention is about being pantsless. And he's not talking about me. He's talking about me, not him. And there goes Jim showing off some legs. So yeah, there's that.
I got my shorts on.
There is something that we're working on with the whole pantsless thing, and it's just a build up getting to that point of revealing. And I hate using that word, but it is true.
We should all get some long johns.
Watch out.
Because again, if you can't have fun with what you're doing, why do it?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You can't make that joke. Watch me make it.
Well, just like Eve, she had to prove the point yesterday that Facebook wasn't going to shut her down just for music.
And guess what happened?
Oh. You know what? It's time. It's time.
They warned you.
It's time. It's time.
Oh boy, we're going to be shut down on our first show.
Conversing.
I had something to show, but I can't find it.
I was wondering why you're all spinning around over there. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah,
At least he's not spinning the camera.
Oh, there we go. That's the one song we can't get in trouble for.
We can't. We can't. There's so many variations of it.
It's public domain.
Yeah, but that's
head.
inside Jim's head all the time. That's 24/7.
All the time. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going. It's also.
You know that meme? You know that meme where it's a guy laying in bed and a girl's like, I bet he's thinking about other women, and instead his thought bubble is
So since it's unscripted and we're on YouTube, I guess I'm allowed to say this. So that song right there, that song, I consider that the ultimate blowjob song or oral sex song. So next time you're getting that, if you sing it out loud, sometimes your partner might get into it. You know, they might. It's fun. It's exciting.
Imagine it's like a trapeze act.
Yeah, and I used to tell. I've been telling people this for. Let's see, I'm 26 now. I've been telling people that for 11 years.
What? Oh my God.
So I'm sure there's someone, you know, talking to his girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, whichever. I don't judge. You know, we're living in the 20th century.
Yeah, for that, your favorite Martian.
I'm sorry. I'm
you have to play doing your mom.
Oh my goodness.
Now Giovanni's sitting down there. He's like, "What the hell did I sign on for again?"
Also, since Giovanni is here, I would like to make a special announcement for those of you who watch this video after the fact and aren't watching it live. Yes, I talk with my hands. On June 23rd, Giovanni and Giovanni and I will be on Phil's show on Facebook, and we're doing a interview for the. Sorry, I've been drinking. The Totally Rad Life Island #3, which will be a week into its Kickstarter campaign, and I think we are going to have a total blast on Phil's show. That is a Tuesday.
By the way.
Do what?
It's scripted. It's not unscripted.
Yeah, yes. That one's going to be scripted.
That
one's
going to be scripted. much more sober and quote unquote professional.
He's gonna wear his oh damn it, what's that movie?
I am a little jealous because Giovanni's got more of a beard than me.
The Shining button up shirt for the scripted. It's actually gonna be buttoned up.
Oh, this shirt? Yeah. This is my party shirt.
I got a pretty even mustache.
But also, if you guys would like to buy this Totally Rad comic shirt, you can find them through me. I print on demand, and I will print any size from extra small to 6XL. Yes, they do make them in that size. Granted, if you get a 6XL, I'm going to have to charge you for about $20 in shipping, because that is a lot of shirt to fit in a small box.
That's what she said.
All right, now do the white Eddie Murphy voice.
I see you. We got fish alert.
Oh shit, there's a bug in here.
Dude, I don't even know this person, and they come. I have my Facebook pulled up, and I'm getting like these pop-ups of alerts. And this person said, "You look beautiful and gorgeous, and you always look beautiful and gorgeous every day, no matter what." Mind you, I just friended this person.
This is why I'm glad I'm not a woman. Man, can you imagine if I had boobs? There'd be so many guys hitting on me.
And you don't?
Larry, get out of her box.
Whoa, hey. Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm not trying to get canceled here. I got a book to make. I can't be me too.
Oh no! Remember, I'm in liberal country. You can't say that word.
As any Rage Against the Machine song went, screw censorship.
I would just like to announce that I identify myself as a loaf of bread, and I cannot be associated with anybody that gets offended. Because nobody.
Now, wait a minute. Is that white bread? Because I'd be offended.
No, it is wheat. I'm dark, but I'm still white.
I think he's sourdough.
No, I'll tell.
Larry, no, it's not you. There's another simp is trying to claim your spot.
Oh, Larry, you hear that? Another simp trying to get up in there. You got to stop that mess, buddy.
I don't know what that word is. I still don't know what it means. I know we went over it last time.
Come on, Jim, give it the time. I just taught you what I taught you what thought was.
Yeah, he literally messaged me today. Yeah, talk about thoughts. I'm like, what the hell is a thought? He had to send me all this, the Urban Dictionary thing and everything. I'm just like, what's happening right now? I don't understand. I make 80s comic books. I don't know anything of these words. I just know like scandalous and totally rad and gag yourself with a spoon. I was going to say something else there.
Jim, you know, in your next book, you're going to have to throw simp in there somewhere so that we can all catch that.
It's not 80s, though. You need the 80s version of that term.
I don't know what they call it. I still don't know what it is, so I don't know what to call it.
Oh.
An individual who is thirsty for a young lady.
Ah, okay.
Very well put, yes.
That's the clean version of what simp means.
Yeah.
Come on, Jim.
I like the way Giovanni actually took that and made it where I wasn't, going to start blushing because I don't blush very easily.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's what she said.
Larry says it too. Larry says symphony ain't easy.
At my normal job,
Wait, what did Larry say? Larry said what?
Look, no one can take my spot.
No one. There could be only one. There's Highlander rules.
Yep, exactly.
Right, Kraglin. There could be only one.
All right, we just had up to 5 people in here. We're back down to 2. So whoever jumped in here said, "Oh hell no, I'm out of here."
Yeah, they're like, these guys aren't even talking about comics. They're talking about 2020 terms, and this other guy.
They're talking about
his ass.
Why?
I love how Giovanni didn't put his name. He put his email username, so that way he can't be identified later.
It sounds like a V8 drink. Giovanni V8.
Everyone else's career is ruined, except for Giovanni's.
Hey, first time here.
I would like to announce that Giovanni is now the owner of Totally Rad Comics.
He mailed me $1, maybe signed a contract, something or other, and then I mailed it back. I don't know what happened.
I gotta send you a DocuSign. You get there's some.
I, the owner of Totally Rad Comics, would like to say.
And there he is sitting there. He's like, now what?
Have fun with all the debt.
So you mentioned earlier that you did films in college.
Yeah.
And I realized I can share screen. on this.
Oh
I
boy.
had a VADA class, and I had to make videos for my VADA class.
Uh-oh.
And one of them, my professor urged me to combine the idea of my hatred for hot sauce and the end of the world. And I think I'm going to scream that right now.
Okay.
I also
I'm
did
gonna pull it up.
videos, but not in college. But I can't show those videos.
It's okay. They were short films anyway.
Hey. She said I was decently sized in my height.
Eve almost spit on that one. That was great.
No, it's the same thing about clown shoes.
He's got these big clown shoes on, but his feet are ridiculously small. It's just like Krusty the Clown. I am no Sideshow Bob, but I'll tell you what.
I look like Sideshow Bob. If I were to release my hair right now.
I have the same problem. I know.
Oh yeah, I mean, me too. If I just expand my hair out more, it turns curly and it turns into an afro. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, here she goes. Look at this. Here we go.
There we go.
Poof.
Okay, she won.
Yeah,
It's
she
like
got me.
magic.
Can't beat that.
Well, I got
No.
too much hairspray, so I can't play the game.
Yeah, I gotta get my Jerry curls sprayed in.
All right. We got the Tina Turner down.
Yeah, Tina Turner. I remember her from such films as Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome. Classic Mel Gibson.
One of my college films.
Do you know, speaking of Mel Gibson, I'd like to make a little PSA since we're on the topic of Mel Gibson. You know, before Lethal Weapon 2, I didn't know there could be a bomb behind my toilet, but now I check every time.
Simpsons reference. So anybody who doesn't know it's a Simpsons reference.
It's from a episode called Beyond Blunderdome. And as you can guess, Mel Gibson was speaking of Mel Gibson, he was the guest star on that episode. And he also likes to pee behind movie theater dumpsters.
Gross.
All right, let's see if I can bring this up.
All right,
here.
is my screen going?
Yep, there we go.
All right, here we go. This is, by the way, I don't credit myself as a brilliant editor, but I'm proud with how this came out. Hopefully the volume's not too loud, and hopefully you can hear the volume.
Oh boy. Florida's Toxic Mass. This isn't a fun movie. Wait, is a Toxic Avenger making an appearance?
There's no volume.
It's all right.
I don't understand what's with the red hot.
That's supposed to be the thing that's killing everybody.
The idea of my hatred for hot sauce and the end of the world. So I made a really shitty end of the world video, like end of days. And this is a video haiku, by the way.
So my volume was turned all the way down. So anything that I said in the last minute, I didn't hear what any of the responses were.
Screw you, Jim. I ain't repeat myself.
Oh, there's my appearance. How did you get my video?
Thank you. I edited myself.
That was nice.
The title of this video is called "Leave the Sauce, Gain Salvation." You're welcome.
I used to do a lot of videos like that in film school, like when people would like do these people, you know, there's two types of people in film school, right? There's like the people that want to do the artsy stuff. There's the people who want to do the serious drama about drug addiction. And then there's people like me that want to do 80s horror. So, you know, I would have to sit through a lot of like, you know, the guy, you know, shooting up and then the montage of like flowers and crazy stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm right there thinking to myself, like, man, I want to put a John Carpenter score on that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So, yeah.
No, I made some really
this is your life.
ridiculous
This is your life
videos.
on drugs.
Exactly, and I saw you saw a lot of that like when I was in school, and so it's you can see like it's just funny. It just reminds me of that.
This was from this semester that I had just finished.
Nice.
Oh, wait. I have another wonderful thing from this semester. I've shown Jim. I've shown Phil. It was a project I had. And it was a creation. Okay? I sewed it all together myself. I gave it a backstory. They know what I'm talking about, if you remember.
Oh, yes. I need this as a mascot, please.
Oh, is it the puppet?
Yes.
Is it the mop? It's not quite a mop. It's not quite a puppet. But man, when you put them together, I don't know what it is.
I didn't know how to sew. I didn't know how to sew prior to making this puppet, and I hand sewed the whole thing together. It's got arms, it's got feet, it's got a chest. It looks like
I need you to make a Roxy Feelgood Muppet.
If you send me the supplies, I'll do it.
I don't know what I said.
And she could shoot lasers out of the boobs, right?
Out of her nipples.
Out of her nipples.
Right, precisely. Nipples. She has like full control too.
Freaking lasers out of her freaking nipples. That is great idea.
Oh wow, she's dying. She's dying. She's dying. You okay? You okay?
That was funny as hell. That was a perfect idea. That was beautiful. Her name's Star, and she's an ex-porn star going superhero, by the way. That's her backstory.
That's her backstory or her backside story?
I don't even have one. She's flat. Flat. She only got two curves. they don't even give it connect. They sit on top.
I've got two curves, one for each of you.
So does she have an OnlyFans account?
Actually, my friends from work they told me that I should make a Tinder for her.
Oh man, yeah,
I'd get a lot of weirdos. You're gonna get a lot of weirdos.
Guys like me. I'm a guy like me.
I was just gonna say Jim would be like, swipe right on that baby.
Super swipe. I would do the swipe up, so I'd pay the $5 a week, so I'd be like the first person in line. Like, this guy really liked you.
I don't know. Not that I know. But no. What was I gonna say? I remember.
Are you asking her?
Oh, okay. Here's how it went. I had to make a video. Performance for it. I'm not showing the video.
A performance.
Yeah, and it was an interview. It was like a Skype call, right? And she was getting interviewed by the person who was like a representative of the superhero agency, and the representative was like very adamant and very against having her in the superhero team, but marketing and these guys got along very well, and so all these guys are like hollering and shouting like, yeah, she's in the team, and she has a horrible interview. And one of the funny things from that interview that I remember is like, yeah, my assistant was very adamant on me quitting porn because she couldn't handle the stress of booking the appointments and also performing. And there I was in the video. I was like dead tired because I hadn't slept for days because I was making the puppet. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to insert myself. And there was a clip of me like with bags under my eyes and holding the puppet up from behind while it was on the video call. It was great. Because think about it, the assistant, how the hell is he being operated? I'm doing that. So if she was doing porn. So I gotta ask, was she white when you first created her, and then over time, because she's been working in porn, that I'm just trying to see what lane she was in. But no, she's yellow. The assistant has a very bad drinking problem. And the assistant sleeps on the couch of of the mansion that they have. She has like a whole bed. Dude, I have a whole story about this. Ain't that right? Like when I first created her, I used to like talk to her. I would insult her. I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. You're disgusting. And look at these. These are so fake. Your lips are ugly.
Oh
and
my.
your eyes look dead. She's also got like fake eyelashes too.
You really thought that out.
I did.
Yeah.
Your arms don't even match. Like,
Wow. I love it.
No, that thing is perfect. I need some kind of lady demon thing over here that I can have, for our mascot on the show.
If I had pale felt, it could have been Lady Death. It really, look at it. It was halfway there. It could have been.
Then you might have pissed off Brian Polito. Just saying.
What'll be funny is, what would be funny is if like I got one of those Muppets and like the Muppet's talking with like me and the Muppet are on the video and I'm talking with my two hands. It's like, wait a minute, how's the Muppet talking? And his hands are shaking.
With my feet, duh.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh. So dead. How else would I be like talking with my hands and her over here just having her conversation? Huh?
Oh my!
I have to grab her by like take her off. Up in the closet you go.
You just threw her out like a street whore. Well, I got.
Like how you're supposed to treat him.
You didn't get a kiss goodbye. That sucks, man.
Yeah, no, trust me. You don't want to kiss him goodbye.
Listen, that blue lipstick is stale.
In the Philippines, that's how you know they're ladyboys is when they kiss you and they leave the kiss print on your cheek. It's because they wear all that makeup to hide that the Adam's apple. But that was a long time ago in my Navy days. I'll drink to that.
Are you not referencing Full Metal Jacket?
No. I'm referencing my real life. So, fun fact. So, for those of you who are tuned in to the Phil, what's the name of the show again? The Unscripted.
Unscripted.
Dude, this guy's off the full juice boxes.
So, a little info about Jimmy Noble, the King of the Clowns. I used to be a United States Navy sailor, and I made a port call in the Philippines once, and I got in a cockfight because I thought it'd be cool because I saw that Seinfeld episode, and let me tell you, the Seinfeld episode really churched it up. There's a lot of blood. But yeah, I had a good time. I served my country. And for those of you, speaking of serving your country and military support, there's a fun Kickstarter out right now called Loco Hero, and it's by Monty Michael Moore. Now, I would like to give them a plug because he is supporting veterans who have PTSD. And I believe, Phil, correct me if I'm wrong here, a part of the money that they're making is going to help out veterans. Yes,
actually, if you get the honor-bound cover, then the proceeds for that are actually going straight into that fund. There are several other covers you can choose from on there, but the honor-bound cover is the one that actually has the proceeds going directly into there. So what I recommend is choose your cover that you want to get and then do the add-on for the honor-bound, so that way they'll go ahead and get the money for that. And as a veteran who suffers from PTSD, I completely support what he's doing, and I really appreciate what he's doing because not a lot of veterans, they don't get the support that they need, especially now during these crazy times. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good segue, right? Going from not bad at all. Eve, what's in that water bottle?
Not anymore.
Nothing really.
What's all over the screen?
Hell no.
The water.
Uh-huh.
The water bottle.
Water. It's a clear liquid.
It's it may be carbonated water, but I ain't telling.
But I'll never tell. Yeah. I would also like to.
Oh boy.
Well, there's a lot of independent comic books that are out there, and a lot of people say that some of those comics suck, but this one really sucks. And it's called, and the name says it all, it's called Into the Suck by a good friend of ours named CB Zane. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do. Unfortunately, the May the 4th special cover that he had on there is no longer available, but there is a new cover, and it's a Barbarella cover swipe by the amazing artist Wendy Steen Shaner. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do, because it's only available for the week 5 of this Kickstarter. And if you're a Barbarella fan or just a fan of naked chicks on comic books, or comic books that quote-unquote suck, Into the Suck #5, check it out on Kickstarter. There's just a few days left, and I highly recommend it. I give it 2 thumbs up.
It's a
I
good
agree. I did the review for 1 through 4, and that's actually, if you go to the Kickstarter, you will see Comics and More New Jersey's review, the link for it right there. He put it on there for me. So he was that impressed with that, which I thought was funny, because the first thing that I said whenever I started off the review was, I'm going to do my first review that sucks. And of course, I'm sure everybody was over there looking, going, wow, he's doing a review he didn't like. I thought he doesn't do these.
Yeah, I've been backing that series since the start. I've been a big fan of his artwork. So, and then the series has been really solid. Like, I mean, that's one thing I like about, this community, is everybody's really helping each other out. So it's really good seeing everybody kind of, really connect and help each other out and supporting each other's work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I said
my OnlyFans paycheck comes in, I have a lot of comic books I need to back up on Kickstarter, like Loco Hero, Vampires of New Jersey. Oh my God, there's so many.
Giovanni has a real eye for a lot of the independent stuff that's coming out. And actually, if it wasn't for Giovanni, there's a lot of artists that have done comic book covers for Totally Rad Comics, and they wouldn't have done covers for me had it not been for Giovanni, who pointed them out to me. Quite a few amazing artists, like Gregorio. I'm gonna fuck his name up, and I apologize in advance. Gregorio Lagarino. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name. I do apologize, but he is a mainstay at Totally Rad Comics, and there's quite a few. Stephen, last name ends in ski. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to say it.
Yeah, I can't say it either. Again, he's a great artist. He did the connecting covers for the Totally Rad Comics Presents The Beach, where it's got the sexy clowns, Roxy, Feelgood, and Trix, Neon, and Violet.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of his work for a few years. He did a Kickstarter for a book a couple years ago, and I really liked it. So, I kept up with his work, and I just, we just started talking, and I mentioned about, Totally Rad, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I love this." So, that's what it's about. It's about everybody kind of like, hey, I know somebody you might like, or I know somebody who might fit in your style that you that you're doing. So,
and that's also basically how Totally Rad Comics Presents #1, which was the first appearance of Neon. That's how we went from basically like 10 covers to like 45 different covers to choose from. Giovanni kept sending me all these artists. I'm like, okay, great, yeah, I'll get them on the.
Yeah, but I mean, they're all popular covers. I mean, there's never a time that you're doing this that you ever have one particular artist that's sitting over there going, "Wow, I didn't sell a damn thing. This sucks." I mean, it gets spread all the way around.
The freaking the Amazing Spider-Man #300 cover swipe by Shelby Robertson.
Yeah, mine's on the way.
Yeah, I mean,
super excited with that one.
Yeah, I mean, these are amazing covers. I actually, since we're on that topic, hold on. Oh, there we go. So here's the actual part of the connecting cover. This features Neons by Steve, and his last name ends in a ski. It starts with a K, and I can't really spell it up for you. But if you message me tomorrow morning and remind me, I will gladly send you the link to his artist page. And this is part of a connecting set where she's on the beach, and it's available in clothed. This is the clothed version, but there's also a naked version.
Yeah, because nude beaches are a thing, so you got to have that version
yeah.
too.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Yep. I had something good for it, and I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Tampa's the nudist capital
Ugh.
in the world.
Tampa doesn't have pretty people either. I'm sorry. I do apologize to the city of Tampa. However,
Jim is now banned from the city of Tampa.
hey, I lived in St. Petersburg, Florida for 3 years before I moved to Texas.
No, you used to live so well. No, not really in Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
Oh my God!
He fucking roasted me.
Yeah, but it would have been really weird if I knew who you were, because at the time when I lived there, you'd be underage, and that would just be weird.
That would be weird. That would be really weird.
What is this 20-year-old doing hanging out with a 16-year-old girl? Oh no, that's weird.
Oh, I was really deep in my anime phase then too. I walked around with a black Butler backpack, and you could not get me to shut up about anime. I'm so embarrassed, man. Oh, and I was banned there too. On top of that.
Yeah, when I lived there, that was pre Totally Rad Comics, so it's before my big sexy clown phase. So.
Oh man.
I don't even want to know what was going through your brain before Sexy Clowns, because that's just disturbing to think about that.
He was probably really into the Black Side comics.
During that time, that's a good question. I was dating a lot of heroin addicts at the time. Actually, if it wasn't for dating those heroin addicts, I wouldn't have created the very first Totally Rad comic, the Totally Rad Life of Violet, who is a recovering drug addict who loves to have a good time. And actually, she is based off characters girlfriends that I dated.
Are you telling me these are all autobiographies?
A lot of
Legally, no.
A lot of what I write is based off girlfriends I've had or experiences I've had. But I'll tell you this right now, because Totally Rad Life of Violet #1 starts out with a blowjob. No, I've never given one of those, but yeah.
That's one way to get over your ex, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
write a whole comic about him.
Write a whole comic about how horrible of a person they are. No, but
shameless plug.
In all seriousness, though, I did used to date a lot of heroin addicts. I used to be in the drug scene. I don't do drugs anymore. I'm clean and I don't do drugs. I drink because
Clean and so no.
If you can't have a couple beers on a Saturday night, or in the last time on episode 0, I believe that was on a Tuesday night. No, it was on a Monday night. I don't know.
My ex never was.
How many days has it been? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with this. Yeah. So, this podcast is a podcast. What are we calling this? Is a YouTube channel?
Oh
webcast,
my God,
I guess.
Dude,
I guess we call it a webcast.
Proudly sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
That's
Now we're gonna get a letter from Budweiser asking us not to drink during the recordings.
It's not responsible.
Budweiser does not condone, nor does it encourage the acts of appearing.
You have to go to Ybor. No, you can't, because you don't live in Florida anymore. But Ybor, man, Ybor's scary.
No, what's really scary is
a hooker with cold hands.
It was even better that he said it under his breath. It was like so quiet, but it was so clear.
Come on, Jay. That was a grandpa. That was a reference to The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah. I missed it. I was totally thinking of something else. I'm sorry, Giovanni. What did you say?
No, worse than that was when I said a hooker with cold hands. All right, me and Jim reference The Simpsons a lot. Sometimes
a lot of our conversations involve The Simpsons.
Just random, just like a picture or something, or just a quote of The Simpsons for no goddamn reason.
Yep.
Just life.
See,
Chris Matt is on here. Chris, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining in.
Before it gets too crazy.
Fun fact about Giovanni and I, we are the generation that grew up on watching The Simpsons and would record The Simpsons and watch the VHS tapes over and over again until we basically memorized all these wonderful lines from the early days of The Simpsons. But another fun fact you might not know is Conan O'Brien, who is one of the kings of talk night late shows on the television. He used to be a writer for The Simpsons, and he created the wonderful song, he created the wonderful episode featuring the monorail. It's a classic Simpsons episode. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I recommend it. I could literally talk about The Simpsons all day, every day. I've seen the commentaries. I've seen every episode at least 100 times, and Giovanni has as well.
You can't get that from streaming.
30 minutes of the B movie script.
Oh, with Jerry Seinfeld, and every time they say the word B, it increases the speed of the video by like 25 seconds.
I used to watch the B movie all the time before it became a meme.
Oh God!
And
why?
Revenge of the Fallen. That's a random one, but I know parts of the script of Revenge of the Fallen. The Transformers movie. I think that's the third one.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really shitty emo band.
You want to talk about shitty emo bands? Okay, I lived the emo thing, and I wore one Pierce the Veil T-shirt like 3 times in the week. That is. You listen to it now, and you're like, "How in the hell did I listen to this?" Because like, so what if I can't forget you?
Did you have a Asking Alexandria shirt?
Oh, she has one ready.
Oh no, she's gonna blow it.
Here we go.
Woo!
DJ, we were just talking about this the other day about emo scene music.
Yeah, we were.
Now it's come full circle.
No, Knives and Pens from Black Veil Brides and Crying to It. Yo, okay, I found my Pierce the Veil shirt.
So wait, Phil, you said Chris Mad was in the chat?
Yeah, actually, he asked us how we're doing, and we're doing well. We're starting to lose our minds more, second by second here, but we're having a blast doing it.
Yeah, the more I drink, the more incoherent I get. Chris Mad, you should join in on this lovely video chat. I would love to. Oh wait, you said it's late at night, right? So I don't know if he can get on, can he?
I think he said he could whisper possibly. So yeah, Chris, if you want to jump on, send me a message, and I will send you the link.
It doesn't help that I'm screaming.
If you listen to Pierce the Veil, then you know this lyric. It says, "The thing I think I love will surely bring me pain." If that isn't the most emo thing you've heard on a shirt. And I have other cool shirts, but they're like...
That's not a cool shirt.
I am so happy I was like an adult when all that was happening.
Yeah, let's see, that was what, 2008, 2009?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I was getting kicked out of high school for selling drugs in 2009, so luckily I got to miss out on that whole scene. Got kicked out April Fool's Day. Fun fact, you could pull any prank on your mother, but nothing beats getting kicked out of school on April Fool's Day. You can pretend to crash your car into the tree in front of the house, but it still doesn't beat the day that you got expelled from high school your freshman year.
I got OSS in high school for a death.
And that's why I have a GED, which is also known as the Good Enough Diploma, and that's also why. That's also why I joined the Navy, because my parents didn't want anything to do with me after I got kicked out of high school. So here I am, 9, how many years has it been? It's been, what year is it, 20, so 11 years. It's been 11 years since then, and my life has been nothing but uphill goodness since then. Been nothing but wins.
Been nothing but a good time.
We're all wieners here.
You got that? Yeah.
Don't die, Jim. Don't die.
Woo! Yeah. So, yeah, I highly. Shit. Oh, Phil, are we doing any giveaways tonight?
We can, absolutely.
Okay.
Waiting to see if we can get a few more people showing up in here right now. It looks like we've only got, it looks like Chris and Larry.
I still haven't sent Larry from the last.
The good old.
I haven't sent him what he won last time yet. Giovanni won the last time too.
I did.
That's right, he did. I forgot.
But you got to draw in the box.
Oh yeah, Eve won too. Shit,
Yep.
everyone won.
Yeah, except for me, I didn't win.
I feel like everyone's fucking with me. They're like, "Oh yeah, I won a giveaway," and it's like, "What did you win?"
Actually, I hit you up asking you what I won.
I'll tell you right now. I did not go back. I don't go back, and I don't watch any of the videos that I'm on, especially when I'm drinking, because I'm afraid that I could have said something that'll just stick with me, and you know, so I won't be going back and watching this video. But if you win something tonight, please let me know tomorrow, because I won't remember today.
And Larry said he considers himself not eligible to win as he won last time because he won like the grand Pumbaa of prizes there.
Yeah,
At least he's modest about it.
Larry won like over $100 worth of comic books, and also it cost like $50 to ship to Canada. So like he won like $160 in totally rad merchandise. Yeah, he is the true winner of the giveaway. He came in at the right time when I just had enough beers, and I grabbed a stack that I thought I was giving one away at a time, but I did go back and watch that part. I did give away an entire stack, and including foils that sell for $40, he got for free. And I'm a man of my word, so I don't go back on anything. So if you win anything from me tonight, just remind me tomorrow again. So Phil, do you have anything to give away, or do you want me to pull out some? I got some fun things. I got a whole short box of stuff. So let's.
Not a whole short box. We're doing one by one.
Oh yeah. I got one book. I got one book to give away.
Get ahead of yourself again.
What's in the short box? Let's find out. It's a mystery box.
Actually, I think I'm gonna figure out a giveaway thing to do because we don't have as many people live on this right now. I think we're gonna do something where they have to watch it later, and then they're gonna have to do something on there. So I will let you know on that. What are you giving away?
I'm giving away the Jose Varice fully nude cover. Now, so we're not gonna do it live. So we're gonna do it to where they have to watch the video, and they're gonna have to watch 58 minutes and 33 seconds to get to this point. And how do you want to do this, Phil?
I'm thinking because you've got that. So what I would like to do is go ahead and match. Let me see. I've got something here. Let me dig through my
He's gonna pull out.
my goodies.
He's gonna pull out one of his teeth and put it in a little cup.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this beautiful
I'm peeing
cover
in a
by
cup.
Jose
What?
Varice.
No, you're gonna put a tooth in a cup. That's part
Oh,
of the
okay.
giveaway.
I
I'm
heard
gonna
peeing
put
in a
what?
cup, and I was like, no.
What in the cup?
See, we're not doing it in a cup. No.
What in the cup?
I don't have any cups. I just drink it, like, even if it's like a gallon of lemonade, I just drink it out of the bottle.
All right, I'm going to think about this for a little bit, but here is mine that I'm going to
dish.
do, and mine's a good one that I'm going to put in here too. Since you're doing the Totally Rad, I can't do something that doesn't somewhat match up. So, Scissor Sisters, number 1
Yeah.
from Inverse Press, and
I hate myself.
it is remarked by the artist inside. Amanda went ahead and did that by
That's
hand.
right. Oh, I have to message that artist because she's supposed to be doing a cover for me, and I totally forgot about it. And it was like a week ago.
Yep. So I will be putting that in along with the Totally Rad. I've just got to think up what we're going to do on this. Well, we got the rest of the show, so I can come up with something on that. That's not an issue.
So okay, so for mine, I'm pretty sure I could think of something fun to for people to figure out. Here's a riddle for you. Actually, come back to me. I got something good. Just let me think about it for a second. Otherwise,
We might have something where they actually have to watch the show and then figure out something that happened in the show and then reference that at the end as a question.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll probably like put some random marker in the video and then like comment it.
So, okay, here we go. I got it now. I'm going to say some random 80s movie quotes and throughout the rest of this video. And if you could tell me all the quotes that I say in this video, then you'll win.
You say random 80s stuff throughout everything we talk about all the time, so I don't know how many quotes we're talking about here.
So starting now at hour 1 and 1 second. So starting from this till the end of the show, I will be saying some random quotes. We'll do about 3 quotes. We'll do 3 quotes, and if you can tell me all 3 of the movies that quote is from, then you will win this book. Good luck. Good day. Here we go. Starting now, I'll start it off with a fun one of my favorite ones, which is actually featured in the Totally Rad Life of Violet #2. And if you haven't bought the book, it's available on Totally Rad Comics, bigcartel.com. Just Google search Totally Rad Comics, and you'll be able to buy this issue on my web store. So the first quote is, "Bitches leave." So good luck. That's the first quote. Tell me which movie that's from. And
now I don't want to drop random quotes.
So now the fun begins. And also, I'm probably going to forget about this, so I'm going to do like more than 3 quotes. But if you can tell me 3 quotes that I say between now and the end of the video, more power to you. You win this wonderful Jose Variz featuring Giovanni's Woman. Oh, wait. Well, it's a mirror effect. Giovanni's Woman, Neon, and my girl, Roxy Feelgood. And for those of you who don't know, it is also the first appearance of the Topless Babes from Outer Space, and they are topless.
You know, you gotta send me, like, do you have a drawing of them in their like alien form before they turned into the Topless Babes?
Yeah, I do.
Because you need to send that to me so I can create Commando. I figured out her name, and it's a parody of Commander, Starfire's sister.
Okay.
I thought that was what's her name? Star Sapphire.
What?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Starfire. Her sister, Black Star. Is it Black Star? Yeah, it's Black Star.
Yeah.
Her sister's name is Commander. So I already figured out a name for this like villain, and it's Commando.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know how like the aliens actually look, and she's gonna be a tri-boobed woman.
Sold.
Mm-hmm. You know why I was thinking about it? I was thinking about Paul, the movie.
I thought about what is that? Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Definitely. You know that was completely real. That woman is completely real. But I mean, it's not.
No, it was paper mache. Yeah, Total Recall has a 3-boo woman, and for those of you who haven't seen Paul, it is a movie that stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. You may remember them from such films as Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and this is the This is the End, The World's End. The World's End.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because This Is the End was a whole different one with a whole bunch of cameos of everybody in there from Hollywood, and it was phenomenal.
But both those movies came out the same year.
Yep.
They came out within like the same month of each other.
Before we keep going, I just want to say real quick, because Larry was talking about his stuff and all, and getting all the swag and everything from Totally Rad. Larry, I want you to do us a favor. I want you to do a live unboxing whenever you get the stuff from Jim, and tag all of us in the video so that way we can watch this with you, because I really want to see all this stuff that you're getting. So I just want to put that out there. And then Chris Mad just jumped on here and said, "Hold on, Topless Babes are going Commando?"
Hey, wait, hold on. I can show them that because we're on YouTube. So yeah, man. Chris Mad, if you ever want to do, also shout out to Chris Mad, who is doing a Totally Rad Life of Violet #3 cover for this next Kickstarter. Nice. But if you ever want to do a cover for any of my characters, including the topless babes from outer space, I am 100% all for it. Here's a image of them shaming the third babe who has tiny boobs into having. Hold on, let me get it. Oh, to the right. There we go. And then she got big boobs because imagine they're body shifting aliens, kind of like Skrulls but sexy, and they could show their boobs. So that's the topless babes from outer space, and they're bounty hunters.
An attack on the flat-chested community.
Now, that's the book that I'm getting because of backing the Kickstarter, correct?
Yeah, you already have it.
Okay, cool.
It's in the issues that I sent you. It's the last. So the story for Totally Rad Comics presents. The first story is Neon. The second story is Roxy Feelgood, and the third story is the Topless Babes from Outer Space. Actually, I'm sorry, the Totally Rad Babes from Outer Space.
Right.
I know them as the Topless because that was the name.
Okay, now I agree with Larry on this wholeheartedly. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the screen so you can see it, Jim.
There should be a Naomi/clown cover. I 100% agree. Larry,
Yes.
if you want to do a totally rad crossover with your characters and my characters, I am 100% all for it. We need to talk. We need to discuss which artist would be wonderful for that. I have Alfred Lee available, Alfred Lee available always to do crossover covers. So he could draw your character, he could draw my character. We could do it as cross promo. We could do prints, features both our characters. If you want to do that, we could do that. Just let me know. And also, I recommend you send this message tomorrow because I will not remember tonight.
Now, I will go ahead. I'm going to give the shout out right now to Larry because Niobe is getting a ton of attention in the indie world right now, which is a great thing because I did a review on it and it is an amazing book. It needs to be in every single household. I completely believe that. And he's doing a great job on getting the word out there on it. And if I'm not mistaken, he has got an Indiegogo that is coming up very soon where he'll be relaunching it. So everybody that did not get a chance to get on it with a Kickstarter, here's your chance. You need to get on that. So definitely do that.
Yeah, it's a solid book. I've read it as well, and it's I backed it as well on Kickstarter. And solid. I'm a big fan of his work, and like I told him when I read it, he's a really good writer, and I really like the fact that it tackled issues, but without being preachy about it. Kind of walked the fine line between what a hero should be. A hero should be able to have their own beliefs, but also respect other people's beliefs. If you read the comic, they'll kind of understand what I mean. But solid book, and Larry puts out a really good product.
And again, if it wasn't for Giovanni, I actually wouldn't be friends with Larry right now because Giovanni was the one who showed me Larry's books. Fun fact. So shout out for that. Yeah, I definitely got to get some of his books. I haven't been able to. Also, I am very jealous of Larry because of the fact that he lives in the Great White North. Not because of that. Great White North, it's too cold for me. I don't like the cold. I don't like snow. However, he's got a better shipping rate than the Americans do. So shipping from Canada to the U.S. is a lot cheaper than shipping from the U.S. to Canada. Shout out to Larry for being in the right shipping country.
Absolutely. And Larry, I know you said that you're not used to having all this kind talk and everything, but I'll tell you right now, you got the shaft on your deal up there with cons and everything. So as far as and Jim's got to walk away. I'm trying to pay a compliment here.
Got the shaft.
Now that Jim's gone, okay. So you got the shaft. We've established that in the cons and everything up there, but you're showing the industry that you didn't stop, you didn't quit, you didn't stop being who you are, and you definitely didn't bow down to those assholes. So as far as I'm concerned, they can suck it sideways because you did it. You actually showed it off, and it came out great, man.
Exactly.
He said shipping ain't easy. Guys, shipping ain't easy.
I agree. I 100% agree, especially when I don't have any people to help me ship. I'm literally sending packages as we speak. One of which Giovanni, you're going to love this. One of these packages is actually addressed to both your brothers because they live at the same address.
You gotta love family.
Yeah, I love it because I saw the names and I was like, what are the chances of all three of these guys having the same last name? Like, I didn't want to be an asshole and assume, but I was like, well, both their addresses are the same on this, except for Giovanni's address is different, but the other two guys.
Hey, I know sometimes, us Hispanic people, we have, same type of names and not, but sometimes we're not related. Yeah. So I can see that.
Like, how many I got a bunch of Smiths I got to ship to you. Maybe they're brothers. I don't know. I am arting while we talk. Wait, does he mean arting or farting? Is it a typo?
Why not both?
Oh.
No problem. Thank you.
You know what they say, a writer writes always. There's your second quote for today. If you could tell me what movie that's
How did y'all get to like write stories? I've got a character. I've got her concept in my head. It's the execution into like a plot. It's tough for me, and I'm like so antsy to get it down in a script so that I can start illustrating it. Dude, I just want to be at the top of controversy regarding the story that I want to write.
Giovanni, that's a good question for you.
Well, for me, honestly, like one thing that I'll give a benefit about going to film school was it really taught me the importance of pre-production. And so for me, it was sometimes you kind of get overwhelmed with what you want to do with the story, what you want to, all the things you want to do. So sometimes it becomes a lot of work. So what I normally do is I'll break down an idea into stuff that I like, scenes, the themes that I want throughout it and stuff like that, and I'll write that down. So that, and just kind of have fun developing it and don't really overthink it. Because originally it's funny because it's almost a year since I first pitched Neon to Jim. You're right, Jim. Around it was in summer, right, of last year. And it was funny enough because Neon is a project of not only like my love of 80s slasher movies, 80s music, but also my love of 70s Italian thrillers, right? And so I really was like, I want to take all this stuff that I love, but I also wanted to have a female killer who looked like one of my favorite film stars, right? So one of my favorite film stars is Louise Brooks, who's a silent film era. She was famous in that era, and she did two of my favorite films of all time, which is Pandora's Box and Diary of a Lost Girl. And so for me, I was like, I want to take that aesthetic of that look of that hurt and move that into the 80s. And so I kind of just took all the little stuff I wanted to do and kind of just let it kind of brew a little bit, work on it, and not really overthinking it. Because one thing that kills an idea is if you overthink it. Because then you're looking at a mountain and you're like, how am I going to climb this?
Yeah, I think I should do that because I have the scenes like vivid in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so just write it down.
I think my issue is, well, I should probably follow your advice first and then kind of get the rough outline of the story. My issue is that I want to add layers of complexity to it because I don't want the issues to be like blatant. I don't want them blatantly presented. I want the reader to take the time and assess the visual aspect of the story and connect it to what the underlying themes are, if anything, the subliminal themes, because that's definitely what I want to see. And I don't like happy endings. I want to create a story that has an ambiguous ending that doesn't end on a happy note, but you don't really exactly know what happens.
Oh no!
Yeah. I have this idea.
Dying up there.
Shut up.
Like now we're learning here. What?
Happy endings.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
All right, so it's funny, right? So Neon, right? So Neon is a very complex story, right? And you can tell Jim, I've sent him over so many revised versions of it. It's because originally I wrote the story and then I wanted to have a lot of like themes and a lot of stuff underneath the surface. So what I did is I wrote a first draft and then I went back and added all that stuff underneath it. And so that's how I kind of did it. So that way I wouldn't be thinking, oh my God, I have to write all this subtext in one page. When I could just write the story that I want to tell, make it easy, and then go back and add that stuff underneath.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping when people read Neon, they'll be able to catch on like, oh, wow, I did not catch that about this character. I did not catch that about what he's saying about this relationship and stuff like that. And I've shown Jim a bunch of my drafts, so I'm pretty sure he's used to seeing my epics.
Yeah, I've read a lot of his scripts, and it's funny because like sometimes I have like the attention span of a gerbil, So I'll forget about something, and he'll be like, "Hey, did you read the script yet?" And I'll be like, "Oh shit, I got to do that." And like, I'll forget so much that's like, "Hey, can you resend it to me?" Because I've gotten 100 emails since then. Like, there's one right now. There's a revision that he sent me recently, and I still haven't read it yet, and I plan on reading it. It's just, sometimes you get so distracted by all these things. But yeah, Neon.
Things he means like cheesy pornography to make more references out of.
Well, the thing was, so for those of that don't know, Giovanni's story Neon takes place in the same Totally Rad universe that my main character, The Totally Rad Life of Violet, takes place. And Violet is actually, he asked me, of course, and of course I read the scripts to make sure that Violet is written correctly and not, I guess, demeaned in any way. But knowing the Violet backstory, I mean, I guess that's basically her life anyways, of being demeaned. And he writes Violet. His story takes place 4 years before the Totally Rad Life of Violet series. So out of all the characters that are introduced in the Neon series, the only character that you're guaranteed that will survive is Violet.
Pretty much.
And I've read every single issue that he sent me for the script, and I'm really excited to see when issue 1 comes out. That's going to be really exciting because I've read it, and I think I read it a year ago. I've read it a month ago. And I think people are going to like it. Also, I want to point out that Giovanni not only is the writer of Neon, but also he is doing a backup story for the Totally Rad Life of Violet #3, which is coming out on Kickstarter on June 16th. And his backstory will be a stretch goal for the Totally Rad Life of Violet #3. And I've read the script, and I'm super excited about it because it actually connects. His backstory connects the issue 1 of Violet, because there's some answers that people ask me about issue 1. For those that have read the first issue of Violet, they're like, wait a minute, who's this character? There's still no backstory on it. There's still no explanation of this whole thing. And Giovanni wrote this amazing story. And I'm really hoping that we hit that stretch goal, which I think we will, because it is an amazing backup story for Violet. And, again, Giovanni, he's an amazing writer. And if you guys aren't following him, make sure you follow him on Instagram. He is on Instagram as
I think Giovanni B83 as well, I think.
Yeah. Because I follow you, but I don't remember the name, honestly. I'm not an Instagram guy. I'm a Facebook guy. But you can find him on Facebook as well as Giovanni Barunda. Barunda? How do I say your last name? I feel like I fuck it up every time.
No, that's right, Barunda. I'm used to it. It's just one of those.
I'm used to people fucking up my name, so that's why I just go by Eve.
Eve, I can't even say I don't even want to try to say your name. Your name is just so long. Ivanetti.
Okay, I don't even have my second last name. I don't even have my second last name in here.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that. I'm like, I know there's another name.
Yeah, because the last name is actually is that
this last name
Cajun,
that I have on display is my first last name.
Isn't the Fournier? Isn't that Cajun?
No, it's French.
Well, yeah, French Canadian. Yeah, French Cajun.
Why do you think I grow like a mustache like crazy?
Now y'all are talking
it's
about
because I'm Puerto Rican, but.
Well, I mean, y'all are talking about writing and all, and actually, I have a story that I started. God, it's probably been 20 years ago. That I actually chickened out on ever finishing. And the really sad part about this is I had it on not 1 but 2 hard drives, because I'm always good about double backing up all of my information. Both hard drives corrupted, so I lost everything. So everything I have is here, but now I want to take it. It was going to be a novel. I'm actually in the industry doing all this and getting with people and all of you here and everybody, and I'm really thinking about going ahead and making it into a comic, and I think it would be a great comic to do. And I just need the push and the support to make sure that I'm actually going to be working on that. Now, that being said, I have been working so hard on all the interviews and all the book reviews, and if anybody's been keeping up with me, they know it's pretty much every single day I've got something coming out. So starting this week, it will be going to 3 interviews a week, and I'll be doing no more than 5 book reviews a week, which means I could pop out 5 in a day and then just schedule them out if I need to. So I'll be on a schedule, and I'll be able to start working on this on my off time. Who are we stopping?
Knock it off.
Interviews.
Oh.
Phil, if your story features any naked ladies or anything, Totally Rad Comics is always looking for fun stuff.
It's never too late.
Actually, it does.
You know what I need more comic books that tell me the ugly truth of what the world is today, without the fluff bullshit. That's what I want.
Totally Rad Life of Violet #1 is the perfect story for that.
Dude. Garth Ennis needs to get on that shit. Huh?
Because they say some great stories start with a bang, but in some cases, other great stories start with a blow.
I thought that was so clever.
I did too. Actually, I didn't realize how clever it was until Billy Tucci said that was the best opening line in the comic. And he said I could quote him on it.
Sit on my book and tell me it's not good enough, so I'm motivated to do better.
Now, Larry, you said you think I should make you a mod for the show, or what are we talking about?
Nah,
hold up on the thing. I need to read what he said. I can't see.
Hang on.
There we go. I think Phil should make me a mod. A mod, like a modification or a moderator?
That's what I'm wondering what he was saying on that.
Now he's typing frantically on his keyboard.
Keyboard warrior. No, it's like the guy from South Park who was playing World of Warcraft. Wait.
Oh yeah, the guy that's like this, and he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have cosplayed him at cons.
And I just locked out my computer.
No, my comic, it's going to be a mature read comic. It's not going to be for kids because it will have nudity. It will have, let's just say it's going to be based around a vampiric mage who can only get, I won't use the word satisfaction. It's more like a healing whenever he actually has fun with succubus. So, but see, now think about it, because mages are actually the enemies of vampires and all of the things of the dark. So he's doing the one thing that he doesn't want to do, but he has to do it to survive. And there's a lot more twists and turns that go along with the story along with that too. But that's just kind of the topical nature of it.
Sounds good. It's just, it's same thing with Neon for me. I've had this idea since like 2007, and it's originally started as a script for a film, and I just always stayed with me for years. Even I went to film school, and working on other stuff, it always just stayed with me. I really wanted to tell the story, and it's changed a lot since the original pitch that I had, and to now what Neon is. But that's one of the great things about projects that you've been sitting on for a while. You really get to develop them, and you really get to take your time and put them out the right way. I feel if Neon would have come out back then, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be as good as I hope people will think it is. So
I think we need more controversial books today. Controversy
is one thing. If it's thrown directly in your face, then people will go ahead and automatically say, nope, not going to do it. But if it has that layer effect where it's like you're reading it and all of a sudden you go, what the hell did I just agree to? What just happened here? That was a great book. I can't go back and unread that now. So that's what you want to have on there. X-Men was one of the best ones to do that, because the entire series was about, if you're different, then you're treated differently. So it's all based on racism and everything like that within their way of doing it. Until you read the entire thing. I mean, you could read through a few books randomly in there. You don't think anything about it because it's just random stories thrown in there. But you read the entire thing, and it's like, wow, they pulled me directly into that.
No, one of the things in Preacher, and I was having a conversation with somebody about it, there's a particular conversation that happens between Cassidy and Jesse, and it's about patriotism. And they're talking about which city best resembles, or which place best resembles America. And Cassidy argues New York, because that's the melting pot. That's where everybody wants to go. what everybody thinks of like the American dream. And Jesse argues passionately that's Texas. And I like this kind of conversation where it's the old frontier meets the new frontier, and you get a lot of the old frontier vibes because Jesse's idols are John Wayne, just the setting in Texas. I mean, oh my God, dude, Garth Ennis, his insight and the way he wrote that book made it so convincing that I thought he was from Texas. Just the way that's written, it's so beautiful.
Now, I will say,
love him.
Let me go ahead and bring this up because Larry put this in here. LOL, Phil's review of Niobe, things I do not do, politics, drama, and religion, and Niobe has all of that. You're absolutely right, Larry, and your book is phenomenal. You don't put it in my face, making it where I have to make a choice. I have to go ahead and follow what the book says. I have to follow what Larry believes. It leaves it to your opening on however you want to follow, but it sure sheds some light on some things. So I really like the way that it was done on that. I'm telling you right now, anyone who has not read Niobe needs to, because it is not one of those straight up in your face and you will believe the way I want you to believe scenario. You actually make your own decision. But the way that Larry wrote that thing, I can't really equate it to anything else that I've read, especially anything recent by any means. The closest thing I can equate it to is actually going with like an X-Men style thing. And that's really putting it up there, I know, but it does. I mean, it actually has that kind of impact. And it left it wide open for the sequel, which I cannot wait to see where it goes, not just with the confrontations that it's leaving open on there, but the actual other confrontations, because it left a lot of things wide open that, did it finish with the people who were outside of the clinic? Did it finish with, the mother and the daughter in here? There's a lot of questions that are on there, and there's a lot of things that can be turned one way or the other. And if it's done the way that it was with the first one on there, I am greatly looking forward to that. So, Larry, keep it up, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I felt the same way as well. When I read it, that's one thing I commented to Larry, the same thing. That's one thing I enjoyed is, as writers, sometimes it's easy for you to put your own spin on something or try to, not intentionally sometimes. I think, some people try to put their own thing on something, but not really be too preachy about it. And the same thing for me. It is like, there's stuff I think that's important for me as a writer, but I don't feel it's something that I need to shove into people's faces. If people catch something or, get to... Damn it, Jim.
Shove it in their face.
If people, if people, catch, their own meaning from a story that I wrote or anything like that, to me, that's the best thing. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to, tell you. I'm here to, bring questions and have you present
I think
stuff.
The best written stories, those are the stories that are written with a little bit more complexity if people are taking away different meanings from it. And I'm all for it. And that's why I'm like thinking long and hard. And again, I have to follow you guys' advice and just follow it. And
I'm trying, but Jim keeps dying over there every time we say anything. It's like having the kid in the kindergarten class. It's like, anything you say as a teacher, he's gonna be over there going,
stupid. I was that kid. I used to tattletale on other students. Like I would go up to my teacher and I said, he said the S word, and the teacher would laugh like, oh, what did he say? And I said, he said stupid.
See, I can see Jim over there in kindergarten. The teacher's going to be like, I need to beat the erasers. And Jim's going to be like, bad baby, bad baby, bad baby.
Don't put baby in the bathtub. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
But yeah, shit, I had something real good. You guys all fucked me up, man. I had something real good to say about writing comic books.
All our deep intellectual talk about writing, and now we're ruining the potty humor. Goddammit.
Yeah, I know. And here I am, literally writing comic books about a chick giving a blowjob on the first page. God damn it!
On the first date.
Page one of my Eisner Award-winning comic book. Literally, the main character on her knees, just going to town. And also, this is coming from the same guy who literally wrote a story about a clown that likes to make people feel good sexually.
That's
but
how
also,
women today.
there's still meaningful meanings behind my stories, which a lot of people haven't really caught on. Giovanni's caught on to it because Giovanni, he knows my lane of stuff, where how Violet's been through all this horrific stuff, and she's a recovering drug addict. She's clean and sober. She just wants to clean up the streets, but she just also happens to be a sex addict.
And that's something that's important. That's especially like it doesn't matter what you're writing as long as you take it seriously, you take the craft seriously. Yeah. People will be able to see that, and that's the thing where a lot of people don't understand about comic books or genre type of films or stuff like that. Right. It's if you're putting out quality work for people to enjoy, then people will see that and they will react to that. With Violet, when I first read Jim's his first issue, I got a connection to the character on a deeper level, and so when I pitched him the idea about using Violet in my story, I kind of had an angle of what I wanted to do with his character because I kind of saw what he was doing, and I want to kind of build on that. And so I'm really happy that he thought I did his character justice, because it's weird as a writer writing somebody else's character, especially someone that's been established, because I don't want to step on his toes or write the character in the wrong way. But for me personally, I wanted to bring the depth that I saw that he was bringing to the character, and for me that was important.
And that makes a lot of sense, because like even with me wanting to write, of course, I'm not going to write mine the first time by myself by any means, because I don't know how to do it and how to present it, and especially have it in comic form and all. But if I have someone writing it for me, and I'll give them, this is the outline on what I'm looking for, and then give the direction I'm going with that and everything, and kind of help along with it, I can see what you're saying, because it's good whenever you got someone working with you, you can actually see, oh, that's what you meant by this, or that's what you wanted to go ahead and that's what you want to infer by this one, or, oh, I see where they were thinking this, but they actually didn't do it. And there are certain things you got to look for on that, and it needs to be a good teamwork and good communication to build up to that. So, but you still have to have the ground floor laid down. So that's why I've got to go ahead. I just got to redo an entire outline on the character, which is, like a 2 to 3 page type deal on there. And then, at least the backstory of the different ones that are on there and everything. And then I'll just go ahead and start writing out, what I want to do on that. Because for what I was doing, like I said, it was going to be a graphic, a novel. And now I'm going to do it in comic form. And it looks like we lost Jim.
Oh,
but am I on?
Well, he was having trouble with the phone. I think he was trying to charge it, and he was upside down, and that's always fun whenever he's upside down.
No, it's funny, exactly, because it's going back to what you were saying about when you're bringing it, especially like I said, sometimes it's easy for you to kind of overthink stuff and try to do too much with the story. As long as you care about it and as long as it connects with you. For me, like I'm a first-time creator, right? And so the reason I met Jim is because actually I pitched a story to a company called Maelstrom Comics, and they have like a jungle girl character named Primal. And right. I befriended the artist, and I showed him some samples, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come on board?" And as a writer, it's hard getting those type of opportunities, because not if you're an artist, people can be like, "Oh, here's my art," right? You can see that right away. But when you're a writer, people are kind of a little bit more into it. Exactly. And so me and Jim became friends because I'm a big 80s fan. I love 80s music. I love 80s horror. I love 80s action movies, all that stuff like that. So when I saw Violet, I'm like, hey, this is right up my alley. We started talking, and we had a lot in common. And I think Jim just fell. You're alive, Jim. You're alive. Jim might have died.
Jim, are you okay over there, buddy?
I hope you're okay.
Oh God.
Now I'm slightly worried.
I know. After the first few seconds, I'm like, is he all right?
I was twirling inside, and now I'm like, this dude is on the floor next to the phone.
Okay. Is he alive?
I don't know what happened on that.
Come on, Jim. We need to put out more books.
Oh, wait, device not connected. Device not connected. What do you do? There you go.
Oh, there we go.
He is alive.
He's alive.
Look a little bit like Church from Pet Cemetery, but he's still good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
What happened there, buddy?
My phone crashed. That's at 0%.
Jim, charge your phone. Charge your phone. Charge your laptop.
I did charge my phone. It's all the pornography that's on it, really. That's the problem. So I'm on my laptop now. Like, if you couldn't tell, I was like, shit, I got to get to the wall charger to plug my phone in. And then, of course, it crashed. And
do you look up that balloon stuff?
Do what?
Were you looking up that balloon stuff that I told you about?
No.
Wait, what balloon stuff? What?
I don't. Actually, I don't watch anything on the interwebs. I just create it.
There's a balloon fetish.
I missed out. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I missed out on all the wonderful things that Giovanni was saying because I heard, see, that's what I love about Jim, the '80s, and then it went, blue, it crashed.
You thought you passed out.
I mean, we were having a great moment there, and all of a sudden, you just fell over and died.
I was worried.
I'm still alive. I'm here. I'm alive. I got my beer. Here for the beer. Here I am.
Here with beer.
We were laughing for the first few seconds. After maybe 20 more seconds, we were like, okay, now we're worried. Is he alive?
I'm alive.
The last thing you see is a smile, and then it just.
Yeah.
If you don't hear from me, I want you to contact my lawyer. I got a life alert bracelet. So, what were you guys talking about? I totally missed it.
I was telling him about how basically, I came across your comic book and I saw, me and you started talking. It was basically that we're big fans of all the same things.
Yeah. Which
is weird because I don't know. It's weird because there's a lot of nostalgia going on, and honestly, I think there's a lot of God. I don't want to sound like I'm being full of myself, but sometimes there's something that's authentic nostalgia, and then there's stuff that people are trying to be cute about something. You know what I mean? Right. It's the same thing. Like, okay, I'm a big '80s slasher fan, right? And you can tell when someone's doing an authentic type of '80s slasher, and then when people are doing a parody, or when they're doing something that you can tell is easily thrown together that these people don't really care about what it is they're doing, right? And so, with Jim's work, I was able to tell, hey, this guy gets all the same stuff I do. You know what I mean? And plus,
people have this misconception just because that's what pop culture is today.
Yes.
And that's consumerism. It's like, let's slap this retro-looking logo and let's see which kids buy it just because it says MTV on it. Like, no, dude, it's not the same MTV.
Hey, someone posted in the, I can't remember who it was that was in the Sworn Nation, posted something in there, and it was the first 4 hours of the entire, like whenever MTV started up, like whenever they had the first startup on it for the first 4 hours straight through, commercials included. We're talking about 80s to the max. I was watching that going, holy crap.
To the max.
It was. Oh, Max Headroom was in there too. It was great.
All that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a kid then in the 80s.
I
grew up in it. I'm not going to lie. I'm old.
So that's one thing that's funny. Like when people buy my book and they talk to me and stuff, they're like, "Oh man, that's awesome! You got all these wonderful '80s references and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, man." And they're like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm 26." And it's like, "Wait, so you're born in 1993? You weren't even born in the '80s. You didn't even grow up in the '80s. You weren't anywhere."
I knew that same feeling though. I get it. I'm gonna make all of y'all feel a little old. I was born in 2000, and a lot of the people that I'm friends with, we happen to have all the same interests, and then they're like, wait a second, How old are you again? You're 20, right? That means you were born in 2000. I'm like, yeah.
Listen here, you young whippersnapper person. I don't know what you're talking about. Being old. Did she snort? I heard snorting.
Yeah, you got to do the Herbert impression. I bet you could do it. I bet.
All right, I think we're going to get Lewis to jump in here, at least in the audience, because apparently he pulled what Jim does to me all the flipping time and sends me just a random deal in my messenger and tries to shock me. And I was like, hey, we're live, by the way. Jump on in. So hopefully he'll be coming in.
So,
hell yeah.
Fun fact on that, Phil was doing a live interview, and I sent him a message.
No, a live con.
A live con.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was hosting a live con with Pops Van Zant, and I sent him like a pretty X-rated Totally Rad comic cover. So like, hey man, check it out. Like I never send warning. Like Giovanni knows,
nope.
And Eve actually knows too. Like I don't send any warnings. I'm like I just send an image. And usually if you see a picture from me, chances are it's going to be a naked lady in some way, shape, or form. So I sent him something X-rated, and Phil opened it while he was doing the online con, trying to ask this artist a question, and his whole face like turned red, and he was just like. So now, every time Phil does an interview or anything, I try to send him some messed up images.
Right, and it wasn't like I don't
video links next time.
I don't blush and all that kind of stuff is fine and all. That's not an issue with that. But the problem is I immediately thought my problem was I wear glasses. How much reflection came off of this screen that I've got right here that everybody could see in the camera? Because all they're going to see is nakedness on my screen, and they don't know that it's coming from Jim. They just know it's nakedness on there. What am I doing while I'm on this con?
Why is this guy looking at clown gangbangs? I don't understand. What's going on here?
Well, Jim, now that they know we're friends, they understand why I'm looking at it.
Again, that's my whole life.
Sometimes I'll be like waking up in the morning, I roll over, and I'm like looking at my phone, and the first thing I see with my swollen face, Jim sends me, hey, check this out. And it's like straight up clown pornography. And I'm like,
it's art. It's art. She may be
and then I'll send the clown emoji back and then roll back over.
Yeah,
I get used to it.
yeah.
I've got a hentai commission, so I mean, I'm not that.
Actually, fun fact: Giovanni to my left, right, left, right. Giovanni's actually the guy who censors all of the Totally Rad comic images that go up on the Kickstarter. So he's usually the first person to see all the
naughty bits. Yeah.
I think one time we had to censor one image. Eventually, it was just basically showing the eyes, and everything else was blacked out.
That was actually pretty fun. I was like, I don't know how we're gonna advertise this one.
I tried doing like.
Is that Steph Wilson? Did you have to censor a Steph Wilson cover?
There is Steph Wilson's got to be censored usually on my books, but also Trevor Grace is usually the one who does the like super X-rated stuff. Trevor Grace did a Violet Dreaming of a White Christmas with I won't give away too much, but she's pretty much covered in snow, or snow is coming at her at a highly alarmed rate. It's my #1 bestseller for Christmas. I'd recommend goggles if you were to buy this issue. That's
Hold on, let me get them.
Unfortunately, I don't have a copy to show. Otherwise, I would. Actually, I have a whole stack of books that Larry Higgins won on a Totally Rad giveaway that are still in the same spot where I left them.
How many times are you going to mention that?
Until you remember to send it.
Shameless plugs.
Also, these books are available on my web store if you want to buy them. Totally Rad Comics, BigCartel.com.
Log on today. Buy a copy.
Log on today. Written by Jimmy Noble and also Giovanni Barunda.
I got cats to feed.
She's got goggles.
Oh, she's ready.
Oh my god. I'll be right back.
He's gonna go find it.
Hopefully, he doesn't die again because we can't take too much more of that.
You're gonna see his smile and
It reminds me, like during one of those, like The Ring, like you see like the image of a person, and it's just like next,
Yep.
their next shot they're like gone. That was Jim right there.
Trying to see if they smell like formaldehyde still.
So unfortunately, I couldn't find it, but I have the next best thing. I have issue 1 of Violet Covered in Fun, as I would like to call it. And then I also have a number 2 of Violet Covered in Fun.
Yeah, that's slime.
Damn
You're gonna
Slimer.
need some goggles for that, guys.
Now these aren't available on my web store. If you would like to buy these,
Wow, that is an
X-rated
X-rated goggles.
Actually,
hey, Larry, in answer to your thing over there, yeah, send me stuff. I have no problem with that. Send it over to me. I'll take a look at it. I have no problem looking at that.
This was actually a commission, and I was like, hey, can I turn this into a variant? Because he got a commission of Violet. And I was like, hey, this is really cool. Is it cool if I do a variant? And he goes, yeah, just send me copies of the variant. I was like, okay. So this is actually like Violet number 2 cover, which features the wait, hold on. There we go. Nope.
Whoa.
Peggy Bundy look-alike.
Aha.
Not Peg Bundy.
Not to be confused with Ted Bundy, but Peggy Bundy from the great show which Giovanni knows.
Married Children.
Ah, yeah.
One of the greatest shows.
Yes.
It would not exist in today's world.
No, it would not. Oh my God, Phil Sideways.
What?
Uh-oh.
Did he freeze?
Did he freeze?
The
Yeah.
strap smells like formaldehyde.
Okay.
Where'd he go? Is he back? I gotta plug in my charger. I will be right back.
Damn it, Jim. Go.
Phil's just wiling out sideways, I guess.
I know. Well, anyway, yeah. So just keep working on your idea. Don't get too stressed out over it. Just write whatever scenes that you want, and just plan it out until everyone comes back. Because that's what I did.
Am I still gonna need my goggles?
Oh God.
I don't even know why. I really shouldn't have these with all the other products that I put in my eye.
I'm guessing Bill's laptop. I don't know how this podcast is still going since he was the one who was hosting. So with
Phil said phone restarted with update. LOL. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
So
we can filibuster this.
Yes. I have another fun 80s quote. For those of you who are counting, I've already said 2. So here is quote. Actually, I got to think of it because I forgot it. So keep talking amongst yourselves. Just give me a second. I gotta drink my thinking liquid here.
Huh. We got one.
Can I win? Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's your third quote. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! I had a dream that Louis Armstrong was trying to kill me. Now, if you could tell me all 3 of those 80s films that I quoted, because I don't remember number 2, but I remember number 1 and I remember number 3 because I just said that. You can name all 3. You win the Jose Variz cover, which is unfortunately over there. I'm not gonna grab it.
You should have written the quotes. You ding dong.
I can just go back and watch the video. So 48 minutes ago, I said the first quote, and I don't know how many minutes ago I said the second quote, but at 49 minutes, I said third quote, 1, 2, 3, or in Germany, it's 1, 2, 3. If Inglourious Basterds taught me anything, a Quentin Tarantino film, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic,
a strawberry one.
It's a fabulous film.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something funny?
Oh yeah.
I do not like that movie.
When I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was going to be fun and exciting. Like, the trailer for it was very misleading. Because when I saw the movie, I'm like, this isn't what the trailer looked like at all. Like, I thought it was going to be Brad Pitt being a badass going through fucking Nazi Germany, killing all these Nazis. Instead, it was a Tarantino movie, but also, like, I thought for sure, like, it was going to be, like, him killing Nazis and stuff. Not just that one awesome scene with the Jew bear and then killing Hitler's scene. But the rest of the movie, I'm like, oh, come on, this is so fucking boring. Like,
Yeah, for me, just as a story, it didn't work for me. Like for me, it
Yeah.
just seemed like a play of different scenes.
yeah.
And I always get arguments with people about it because people, how can you not like that movie? I'm like, I just don't think it's that good of a story.
It jumps around a lot, and like, granted, Tarantino films do usually jump around a lot and doesn't follow the accurate order of things. But like that one, it was just like, let's make Pulp Fiction, but like make less sense with it with Germany and Nazis.
Yeah. Now, for me personally, I think his best film is Jackie Brown, and I think his best written movie is True Romance.
Oh, I love True Romance. Oh my God, Christian Slater, he's such a hottie. I love him. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. Not only is he, there's a scene in True Romance that still to this day, it makes me cringe every time I see the scene. It's the scene where, because Christian Slater's character works at a comic book store, and being a comic book collector, fucking Patricia Arquette is like, oh, you work at a comic book store? And she grabs she goes through like the long box of books, and she grabs like a handful like this with the books. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking bitch? Like, Jesus Christ. You don't touch books like that. It drives me fucking nuts every time I see that scene. I'm like, God damn it, I hate you so much, Quentin Tarantino, for writing that scene. But the rest of the movie is great, though. That's the only problem I have is that one scene where she's just like, baseball. I guess she did play the accurate woman at a comic book shop who's never been in a comic book shop, just grabbing books like freaking, I don't want to do a 5 book, but just like grabbing like the handful.
Don't forget.
Also, if you're a fan of The Sopranos or The Sopranos, however you want to pronounce it, James Gandolfini plays a henchman in that movie. He plays, yeah.
Yeah, and it was also
I can't
directed by
imagine
Tony
that.
Scott.
I can't imagine him
Exactly.
as a henchman.
I hate that I have all this knowledge about like all these like random movies.
I went on a break from watching The Sopranos. I think I'm on like season 3, 4. I don't know. Meadow's now in college. Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that show is amazing.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Although it does not date well, especially when they're using like phone booths and telephone, the telephones and the cell phones. One of my favorite scenes in The Sopranos or Sopranos, however you
Anything with Sal.
Anything with Polly. Polly Walnuts is like one of my favorite characters in that show. But also there's a scene with his name is Joe Pantoliano. He was in the Goonies, but he was also a part of season 3 of The Sopranos. He played Ralphie, and he has a strange obsession with Gladiator, the Russell Crowe movie that came out in 2000.
I'm not there yet.
He comes in quoting the movie, and then he hits a dude in the eye, almost like knocks out his eye because he's like just swinging his belt at him. And I don't want to spoil the show too much.
Wait a second, is this the Italian guy that they picked up when they went on that business trip over to Italy? And the boss over there was a woman?
The guy with the long hair?
Okay. Yeah. The good-looking one.
Speaking of wonderful shows that aired on HBO, I would also like to recommend Oz, which actually paved the way for shows like The Sopranos, and actually features the woman who played Edie Falco, who played the wife of Tony Soprano. She's in the first 2.5 seasons of Oz as a correctional facility officer, and is one of the greatest TV shows about prisons. And actually, personally, oh no, we lost Bill again. he heard me talking about Oz and was like, oh, I'm fucking out of here. Like, dude's getting fucked in the ass in prison. I don't want to talk about this.
If you want to talk about getting fucked in the ass, talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh my goodness. That's another HBO show.
The ending. You know what, Tony? If you haven't seen it, don't even bother watching it.
Which one? The Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Why?
The ending, man. The ending really fucks you up. Don't even bother watching it now. You get all this great build up, and it's like a denied orgasm. You're there, and you think you don't.
There's a scene in the last season that they did, which I didn't understand where all the Dothraki are fighting the undead. They ride off on their horses, and literally all the flames die out. They all get killed by the fucking army of the dead. Next episode, they have the army of the Dothraki still hanging around Winterfell. It's like, wait a minute, didn't all these motherfuckers just fucking die? Where the fuck were these assholes? Like, literally, it was down to like every fucking character that like had like a name in like the credits that were still alive. Every other no-name character fucking died, and all of a sudden, no, I still have like the blonde chick with dragons. Like, I still got all.
Dude, they could have made a
like,
phenomenal ending with Daenerys, and they fucked it up. And they did Jon Snow dirty. Bran is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Sansa. I knew Sansa was going to become something.
The most PC thing they could have done. Yeah, we'll just give the throne to the guy in the wheelchair. Yeah, everyone feels bad for him.
Yeah, the guy that like didn't really do much. Dude, Sansa. I was hoping that Sansa would become the queen because you remember that Cersei goes to the witch and the witch says, "Yeah, there's going to be a queen, more younger, more beautiful, and more loved." And I was like, it's either going to be Daenerys or Sansa. And I was happy that Sansa became a queen, but she became Queen of the North, which isn't a bad ending for her. But I hated that ending. And I hated that Tyrion Lannister now has to live his days like on the edge. And he had such a great character build up too. I loved him, and I was like, man, this guy's gonna become something else, man. And they fucked it up. They fucked it up. I'm so upset.
You know, for being an imp during medieval times, he had a pretty good role in the show. He was the only midget on the show, and he outlived just about every single character. My favorite character was not Bran, but Bronn. Uh-oh, did we lose Jim? Oh, no, there we go. Bronn was my favorite character. He made it till the end. I was actually really surprised. There's so many characters that should have died, but they brought back. Oh, Bill's back. Is he back? Is he back? I don't know.
I am back.
Yes.
It's that plot armor, dude.
Welcome back.
I don't know what happened on that.
Proud sponsor of HBO.
Dude, fuck Jaime Lannister. I'm happy.
Oh, good. We've pissed off HBO now too. Great.
I'm happy for what's her name? Mad.
Why do you have a cane?
What was her name?
She's being Grandpa Simpson right now, yelling at the clouds.
Old man.
This is my tripod actually for my phone. Whenever I do live streams, I just attach my phone right here, and I have it angled at my drawing. Oh fuck, I have it.
They used to call me the
tripod. I have it angled at my drawing. I'm kind of drunk off sleep. That's a real thing. But I have it angled towards my drawing desk right here, and
do you have the Sexy Clown Tricks drawing?
Tricks, yeah. I mean, I have the drawing on the comic board.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Trust me, I'm like, I just told my dude, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead, and just let me know, because my program, the particular one that I use Autodesk Sketchbook, not Autodesk, but I use a system. I can't think right now.
A system. There's a system to something.
No, I have
Welcome to my world.
I have Lewis's thing I have to do the lining for. He's sending it to a colorist, and then yours pops up, and I'm pretty sure I could finish yours in a day.
Woo!
Only because I already know what I want to see on it, and I don't want to change anything that I did to the comic board, because I feel like I did. I'm doing it justice.
So,
and then I have Eve working on an exclusive cover for Comics in More New Jersey.
For those of you who don't know, Eve is actually going to be the first. Her first published cover will be a Totally Rad Comics cover featuring the Sexy Clown Tricks. And we'll be featuring that for sale for the first time on Comic Related Madness on June 6th. I have the 3:30 slot. She has the 4 o'clock slot. And we're going to be working together. And it looks like Eve froze.
That's a good moment to freeze right there.
Okay.
She hasn't moved.
She's agreeing with you.
She's
I think
chewing
we
on the
lost
pencil.
Eve. I feel bad for that pencil. Uh-oh.
All that. See, HBO struck.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
HBO was shutting us down.
I don't know how much y'all pissed them off, but they're starting to hit us one by one. They got me first, and then they went after everyone else.
I talked about dudes getting fucked in the ass on that TV show about prison, Oz, and then I talked about them Italian guys that live in Jersey, the Sopranos. Hey, what do you, Phil? You live in Jersey. What do they call them? The Sopranos or the Sopranos?
Sopranos.
Sopranos. All right. Yeah, because.
But we don't talk about those guys. Those guys don't exist. You didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I love mob movies, man. Like mob movies, mob TV shows. I can't remember the last time they've done a good one recently. I mean, all I can think of, like, The Sopranos is good. Freaking Godfather. Fucking Godfather. Godfather Part 2, where freaking oh boy, Fredo betrays his family, and it's just like, you betrayed me, Fredo, and he kisses him the kiss of death, and it's just like, oh shit, fucking Michael Corleone, fucking Al Pacino, Scarface motherfucker's about to fuck some shit up.
Yep.
I love it. You know, he plays such a great Italian/Puerto Rican for a white guy.
There we go. She's back.
Puerto Rican.
We're talking about mob movies, Scarface, Al Pacino, America's gift to the Italian world. You got to think, like, so, you know, Marlon Brando was a renowned homosexual or bisexual. You got to imagine all the Italians at the time, you know, because at the time when they probably found out about this, they weren't socially acceptable like they are in 2020. When they found out, wait, you mean to tell me The Godfather was what? He was doing what with dudes? And they're just throwing out their fucking tapes and their betas and their VHSs of The Godfather. Like, I love you, Godfather. And then fucking sucking off dudes in movies like fucking.
I'll give you a blowjob you can't refuse.
You gotta imagine how many hardcore Italians were just like, wait a minute, The Godfather was sucking off dudes? What the fuck?
I just think of the Sopranos, man.
It's a gift to the Italian world, you know, with those movies, and it's like, no, not my Godfather, no. It's such disbelief.
Even oral sex for them, they're like, you do that to a woman? You're stupid. And they just fucking go at it at each other.
Yeah, you mean it.
Hey Jim, how can you forget about the most important mobs, like mob family? Fat Tony.
Oh, Fat Tony. Oh, Joe Montana. Oh, my favorite. Oh, I love Fat Tony. I love Fat Tony. I love Legs. I love fuck. Why am I drawing blank?
Forget his name, man. I know what you mean.
There's another guy.
Who was it? Johnny Tightlips, right?
Johnny
Something like that.
Johnny Tightlips, Legs, and God damn it. There's another guy. Fuck. Hold on. I can tell you in 2 seconds. This is what I love about the internet. You can find anything on the internet.
Besides
yeah.
In the meantime, I need to head to sleep because my mother has a Hispanic circadian rhythm, so she likes to wake up at 5 a.m. for God knows what reason. So I need to beat her to the punch and get up at 4 so I can make her breakfast. Because it's the only day out of the whole year you care about your mother.
That's 3 hours away.
Thanks for reminding me, Jimbo.
Technically 2 hours and 56 minutes away.
Thank you for being here, Eve. We appreciate you being on the first show.
The first official.
Yep.
Now, yeah. I can't talk. Oh my gosh.
Louis. That was the name. Legs of Louis.
Well, I'm hitting the dusty trail for like 2 hours. Night, y'all.
Bye.
Nice meeting you, Giovanni.
Same
I'll
here.
hit you up with a friend request. So you be
Look
on the
forward to it.
lookout. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
All
Good
right,
night.
be safe.
Oh shit, now we're. Well, hello.
No, my phone decided to go ahead and not only do an update, but for some reason it actually did not charge for like the last hour. So it did an update with a near dead battery. So that's why I was stuck in limbo there for a little bit.
Now I got the Three Stooges hair.
I wonder which one I am.
Well, it's obviously Mel.
Sure.
Or as Larry Fine. Oh, I love it. Wise guy. Yeah. Oh, wow. I love how we're talking about the Three Stooges, and there's three guys. Oh, my goodness. Like, this could either go one of two ways. It could either go the Three Stooges way, or it could be a... Oh, I don't know who's in the chat right now still watching this, but whoever watches this video next, like, they're just going to see the image of me doing... What the fuck?
They're all sitting over there going, how good were those prizes to sit through this whole thing?
Wait, did I even do it? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. See, this is why it's unscripted.
Oh, yeah.
We don't plan any of this out. We had no idea what we were going to talk about. How did I know that we were going to filibust about HBO for an hour? Are you drinking out of a glass?
That's a Mountain Dew concoction. We'll put it that way.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going with this. Okay, all right. I love it. I call that shit. I used to call it. There used to be a name for that, where it's like Mountain Dew and vodka and
Jungle juice.
Maybe not as racist, but maybe.
That was the normal thing. I mean, whenever I was actually working in construction, we'd be out there at the places getting water, and they'd bring packets of the Kool-Aid stuff out there, and then they'd bring out the flasks, and they would make it up, and that's exactly what they call it. And they would actually sell it if they could to the side to people who weren't in the crew, which is funny because it's free water and everything.
Yeah, I think we used to call it redneck vodka or redneck. We used to call it redneck. It was something with redneck in it. It was catchy though. I don't remember. Shout out to all the rednecks out there. You. Also, I'd like to shout out to the So with the Unscripted show, is Totally Rad, Third Empire, and Sub-Zero sponsors of the Unscripted show as well as the regular Phil show?
As far as I'm concerned, it's only going to be Totally Rad. I'll ask Third Empire to verify on that one. But keep in mind that Lewis is actually planning on having his company join us, which is Codex Entertainment. So they would be doing the Unscripted as well.
Excellent. Yeah, we need to get Lewis on here too. Giovanni, you know Lewis, right? He does the Lily, the Demoness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he sent me the message, and then he took off running. It was like, what the hell just happened?
I don't know. Crazy. Oh, shit, it's 1 o'clock? Wait, that can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow. I had to put my binoculars on. Oh.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
So we've been on here for a little over 2 hours, so I think it's probably a good close for the first inaugural episode on this. I think we did a good job on that.
Yeah.
First of many.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, just go ahead and reiterate, as long as, no politics, no religion, no drama that you're trying to push down people's throats, anything like that. If we're talking about discussions around it and it's not a heated discussion and everybody's just trying to, throw down on that, I have no problem with anybody else joining in. So if you want to join in and you're watching this later on or whatever, send me a message whenever we're on, and I will send you the link. You can join in on the conversation. Giovanni, we can definitely have you back, man. I'll have you back on here anytime you want to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Kodos.
Thanks again, guys, for joining us. For those of you who are watching this in the future, I'm literally talking to people in the future right now who will watch this video. And for those of you who are watching this in the future who can name these 3 quotes, and if it hasn't been one yet, you win this amazing Jose Varese cover, Totally Rad Comics #1, by not only myself, Alfred Lee, and Giovanni Barunda.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I've got a question. So if you've been paying attention to watching this the entire time, I'm going to ask this question. That's how I'll give away mine. So with mine, we'll make it a little bit simple, but just go ahead and go out there with this. You have to be specific on what this is, but I'm going to say, which broadcasting station did we piss off to the point where they started knocking us off one by one? You have to watch to find out. You cannot. Yeah, you cannot just go through randomly. You have to actually watch and figure that out.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can't have fun, don't even try it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's tell that to all my ex-girlfriends. Woo!
Guys, I appreciate it. I've had a blast tonight having you all on here and looking forward to the next time for certain. Like I said, Giovanni, if you want to come on next time, you're more than welcome to. Next week, if I'm not mistaken, David Fought said that he would definitely be here. He is fighting an illness right now. No, it is not the COVID stuff, but he's just kind of ill right now. So he wanted to come on tonight. He wasn't able to. That's why I linked into this so he can watch it later. But he wants to be on here next week. So hopefully we'll have him on. And then we've got Chris Mad wanted to be on here. And hopefully we can get Lewis up here at some point. So we're going to have some fun with this.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time had by all. And,
Hey.
of course, there's always drinking on the Unscripted.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Don't
Yeah.
overdo it like some people.
I have Jack Daniels, so.
I said there was Mountain Dew in there somewhere.
Ooh. Tastes like Mountain Dew or something else.
And on that note, all right, we'll go ahead and shut this down, guys. I certainly appreciate it and hope to see y'all again next time. And keep in mind, I have got interviews that are going to be throughout the week. I will have that list actually up here probably by tomorrow morning because I'm going to start showing a week ahead of time what all I'm going to be doing throughout the week.
A whole week? What?
A whole week. All right. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. Keep it indie, y'all.
Yeah.
Good night.
So long.